Samsung just unveiled their latest techie transformers, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and the Galaxy Z Fold 5, and these new foldables are going to blow your mind. But how do these compare to the Flip 4 and the Fold 4, which were already fantastic phones when they launched last year? Is it worth upgrading? Prepare yourself for the ultimate face-off. But first, let's take care of business. We're deep diving into every nook and cranny of these foldables to find answers for you. So a sub to the channel will be flipping amazing. Also, as a bonus, we will compare the Flip 5 and the Fold 5 to other foldables in the market and answer the questions: are Samsung's latest foldables really worth it? Keep watching. First, let's come to the more interesting Z Flip 5. The Flip 5 has a new cover display, or what Samsung is calling the Flex window. It has been upgraded to a much larger folder-shaped 3.4-inch Super AMOLED panel. Widgets will now show a lot more info instead of small snapshots. You'll be able to receive messages and WhatsApps and respond to them all from the cover screen. Not only that, you will be able to watch YouTube and Netflix on it, which is really cool. But aside from the cool customization and loads of widgets, there are cameras on the cover screen too. They have the same 12 megapixel main and 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera system as the Flip 4. It can record 4K videos up to 60 frames per second and 8K video up to 24 frames per second. There is a new feature called Director's View, which will let you see live previews from all the cameras and switch between them while recording. The main display has a 10 megapixel punch hole selfie camera, but it's pretty useless because you can just flip the main camera and take a selfie using the large cover screen as a display. There's also a drop-down menu where you can switch through modes, apply different filters, change the aspect ratio, change the timer, really a whole bunch of different settings. Samsung's got you protected with the Flip 5 having Gorilla Glass Fictitious 2 on the front and back. It also comes with IPX8 water resistance. Unfortunately, it's not dustproof. Now, something else new in the Flip 5 is the Flex hinge. It finally fully closes flush without any gaps, unlike the Flip 4. It's a small adjustment, but makes a big difference in the way that it feels. So much so, it's actually one of the thinnest foldables in the world right now. But sadly, it's almost no different when it comes to the crease. Samsung's foldables have always been notorious for having a noticeable crease. This is a big factor, especially when rival companies have already fixed theirs. Just look at the crease-free folding design of the Oppo N2 Flip. Now let's talk battery. Although the battery is the same size as last year, it is much improved because of the new chip. The Flip 5 has the most powerful chip for Android, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, similar to the Galaxy S23 Ultra. It promises faster performance and better power efficiency. There is also support for wireless charging and reverse wireless charging and fast wired charging up to 15 watts. Storage options have been improved too. The base variant will come with 256GB of storage instead of the 128GB, which we saw in the Flip 4. There will also be a 512GB variant available at launch. The fingerprint sensor is still on the side. It would have been really cool if they added an under-display fingerprint sensor to the main display. Seems like a missed opportunity there. But now let's flip over to the Fold 5. Straight off the bat, the Fold 5 looks a lot like last year's Fold 4, but there are some noticeable differences too. Thanks to the Flex hinge, it is now a gapless fold, leaving no spaces between the glass and the phone. The second biggest difference is the display. It rocks a 7.6-inch dynamic AMOLED Infinity Flex main display with a refresh rate of up to 120Hz. The cover screen has a 6.2 Full HD Plus dynamic AMOLED display. It too has Gorilla Glass Fictitious 2 on the front and back. However, the Fold 5 will be much brighter than last year's model at 1750 nits, which happens to be the same as the S23 Ultra. You can quite easily use the phone in the brightest of conditions. Whether this ends up affecting the battery much, time will tell. It has a dual battery system of the same size as last year. It also supports wireless charging, reverse wireless charging and fast wired charging up to 25 watts. But hopefully, we do get to see more battery life because it too has that super efficient Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. Something else the chip makes very snappy and very responsive is the S Pen, which is another major reason people like the Fold 4. It would have been really cool if you could draw on the front screen too with the S Pen. Seems like another missed opportunity. But now, one of the biggest disappointments about the Fold 5 has to be the cameras. Even though they rock a whopping 5 camera system, the triple rear camera setup consists of a 50 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 12 megapixel telephoto camera. And the main display has a 16 megapixel under display camera. They are literally the same as the Fold 4. It kinda feels like Samsung just renamed last year's model to Fold 5. It would have been amazing if they had the S23 Ultra's camera system on this puppy. And for all those fashion forward peeps out there, Samsung has got you covered. The Flip 5 will come out in various colour options like blue, cream, graphite grey, green, lavender, mint and yellow, while the Fold 5 will be available in cream, icy blue and phantom black colours. But what about the price, you ask? The Flip 5 is going to be $999 for the base model, and the Fold 5 is going to start at $1,799. However, with either of these you will be getting one of Samsung's top tier flagship smartphones, packed with a really powerful chip, slick design and a ton of features that no doubt more and more people are starting to love. And look, while we wish Samsung had done more with the cameras and their batteries, these are still incredible phones. So how do these foldables compare with the other options in the market? The Flip 5 is better than both the Motorola Razr 40 Ultra and the Oppo Find N2 Flip in terms of raw performance. However, it falls behind the Razr 40 in display and the Find N2 in camera performance. And the Fold 5 holds its own against the impressive Google Pixel Fold while beating it comprehensively in raw performance. Now comes the big question. Is it worth the upgrade? According to initial reactions and credible reviews, the Z Flip 5 is more of an exciting prospect than the Z Fold 5. We will know for certain once they hit the stores on August 11th. Ultimately, it is your choice. So will the improvements and new features surprise us? Or will it be an unsurprising upgrade? That's a subject for another video. Keep watching and we will see you in the next video.